Crypto is a scam. Crypto is get rich quick. And first of all, crypto is one thing. Influencers in Dubai talking about how you can escape the hamster wheel. Yep, but it's only part of it. The negative perception of crypto has three origins. It's a great tool for scammers and weird influencers to manipulate people, steal their money, and just do shady stuff. Also, the use case of crypto is ever evolving, and it's therefore very hard to separate the bullshit from the utility. It's an ever-changing market, and the crypto ecosystem of yesterday is not the ecosystem of today. Way too many people think that crypto equals blockchain, which is extremely far from the truth. Crypto is in its infancy, and so is blockchain-related tech. But at the same time, both have potential for real use cases that cut the intermediary. Today we are talking about 3 common misconceptions about crypto and blockchain-related tech. So let's dive right into it. Number 1. Crypto is only speculation, a bubble without fundamental value. Chris Dixon defined 2 types of persons in the crypto space. And he did this in his new book called Read, Write, Own, which I'm reading currently, and I absolutely love his definition. The first group of people are the casino people. Casino people are often louder and more present in the media.
I turned $1,000 into a couple million in a span of 2 weeks trading a coin called Pepe.
They are also the reason why most people have a distorted idea of the crypto space or are generally not fans of cryptocurrencies and everything that is related to it. All casino folks care about is speculation and profit. Some try to profit in a legal way, others scam people with pump and dump schemes or shady influencer marketing. Especially Web3 gaming startups are struggling with those kind of people, as they are their customers and early investors at the same time. Everyone is only in for the money, which makes it extremely difficult to optimize the game for the player base. The other group of people is completely different. They are the builders, and they are much more long-term focused. Blockchains are a brand new type of networks. It will definitely take some time to build valuable tech around it. And it will take even more time until blockchain networks are able to compete against the corporate networks, hosted by Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. The huge potential of blockchain lies in building fundamentally better networks that can still be used for monetization, but don't favor a single big corporation, as the network is owned by everyone. Now you might say, today's web is perfectly fine. The internet has always been in the hands of big corporations. But actually, that's not really true. The internet started out as a playground for anyone interested in the tech and was mostly built upon protocols. For instance, a very famous one, email. The protocol itself was open and replicable, but corporations like email providers could still flourish around it. Only recently, starting from around 2005, large corporations like Google, Amazon, Meta, Apple started to monetize their corporate networks to a point where they can now completely decide on the rules for new users or startups. For example, Apple can simply deny access to their App Store for your new app unless you are giving them 30% of your own revenue back to them. That's 10 times the normal rate for the payment industry. Another example, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You can take whatever you want. They can all shadow ban people and have a huge influence on what is seen or not, as they control the algorithm. Your YouTube career can suddenly end whenever they want, if they want, as they make the rules. Spotify is not paying artists a fair share, because they simply can. Those are all examples for the current state of the internet, a state that was unimaginable just years ago. The fundamental technology of blockchain has the potential to change that, but we are just very early into the journey. Between all the dirt, we can slowly start to see innovation. I have to roughly quote Chris Dixon one more time. What you have to understand is, blockchains are not only a network, they can be thought of as a database or even a computer. In fact, they fulfill the definition of a computer. Blockchains are fundamentally different. They are built in a way that makes it incredibly hard for companies to build a monopoly. So there are still enough money-making possibilities to make blockchain-based services competitive against traditional Web2 internet corporations. They simply remove the need for an intermediary and reward those who write good software, design great interfaces, or contribute to a community. The conclusion? Once you dive deeper into the space, dodging all the shady casino-like projects, you will find nothing more but a brand new form of internet applications. Crypto is only about finding better payment solutions. Bitcoin was in fact invented as a currency aiming to be independent from the traditional banking system. It has some characteristics that do not necessarily make it suitable as a payment method. First of all, it's not very fast, with approximately 4 to 7 transactions per second. Second of all, the price of Bitcoin is highly volatile. What is worth $40 of Bitcoin can be either $400 worth of Bitcoin in a year or only 4, depending on the current price, which is also heavily based on the degree of speculation. With the recent ETF approval, the volatility might decrease, as institutional investors can now buy Bitcoin for lower prices as well. But Bitcoin transaction fees are still very high compared to the relatively low fees of apps like the Cash App or PayPal or your own credit card, even though some folks are currently working on the Lightning Network, which could potentially change that. But Bitcoin also has multiple valuable characteristics. Every single characteristic is contributing to its value. First of all, the blockchain seems to work incredibly well. Since Satoshi Nakamoto minted the first block of the Bitcoin blockchain in 2009, the blockchain has constantly been running well. The code seems to be absolutely perfect, which might be one of the reasons why some people think that Bitcoin is more of a religion than a cryptocurrency. The network seems to be safe, trustable, and that alone is valuable, as it's been working for such a long time. As the maximum amount of Bitcoin is limited to 21 million, and there is a Bitcoin halving event every 4 years that limits the amount of newly minted Bitcoins, Bitcoin is of finite nature. Therefore, it seems to be a very good hedge against inflation, as the price should be going up in the long term. Also, it's absolutely great for people that live in authoritarian regimes, where the government can potentially freeze their bank account or restrict their money access for various reasons. Maybe because they are politically active. To have a part of their capital in Bitcoin can be an absolute lifesaver, in case one of those persons has to flee. But in my eyes, Bitcoin especially is one thing: a blueprint and proof of concept for any other blockchain-related application. It's the proof that it can work. So blockchain-based services are not tied to payment methods. It's about developing new ways to pay creators a fair share, prevent monopolies, and build the foundations of contributing communities. And that together has the potential to change the internet as we know it today. Just to get you some examples, wouldn't it be cool if you could fund your music album or feature film just by selling tokens to the community? And everyone that funds your film or music album would get a small portion of the profit for helping you to realize it. Pretty much like crowdfunding on steroids. What about the Helium project that is already building a network that is able to control smart home devices with a very special low frequency signal, and everyone that is buying a device to extend their network is earning tokens for providing hardware. It's only 2024 and the list goes on and on. The real use cases are not bound to the idea of payment methods. That's why a lot of people don't really like the term of crypto for that kind of use cases. The most common term right now is Web3. NFTs are so useless. Well, what are NFTs in the first place? NFT stands for non-fungible token, and it's basically the digital equivalent of a unique and very rare trading card. You can sell the card for another one, but you can't trade it for the exact same card. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is fungible, as you can simply exchange one Bitcoin for another Bitcoin. In the public perception, NFTs are mostly related to the idea of NFT art that peaked in 2021 and was more or less smiled at by the public. But why? Well, the casino bubble was dominating the public opinion again. While I'm not a huge advocate for every kind of digital art in general, I really like the idea of supporting artists in a digital space. NFT art is also programmable. It's like your trading card has code in it that automatically executes, which kinda reminds me of those situations.
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Jim.
Imagine you or your inherit would get a cut again whenever someone resells your book or artwork to someone else. That's pretty amazing, right? But even if you are not a fan of that idea, the potential use cases of NFTs are beyond exciting. Concert tickets that automatically give you free entry for the soundcheck once you attended 10 concerts of your favorite artist, traceable supply chain management, gaming items that you can sell instead of having them locked in your account, or someday even voting for elections. Those are all potential use cases of NFTs. The concept of NFTs is offering a lot more than weird monkey pictures. So I think it's time to look a little bit more into real use cases instead of bashing a few get-rich-quick schemes. But it needs time. Maybe NFTs are a shitty idea, and it may never find broad adoption. But maybe they will also revolutionize the world. We don't know yet. In the second case, it's very likely that people will barely notice, as it will be tech running in the background. It is confusing. While most people are still trying to figure out what Bitcoin even is, the space is already aiming to test multiple possible applications for blockchain technology. If there's one thing that you should take home from this video, it's that blockchain technology is not crypto, but crypto is based upon blockchain technology. Web3 is everything that's built upon the fundamental ingredient, the blockchain network. So let's see where this exciting future leads us. Thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. It would mean the absolute world to us. We are a brand new channel talking about blockchain related topics. If you have any comments or thoughts on this video or on the topic in general, make sure please to write a comment in the comment section. We also made a few other videos about blockchain related topics that I will blend in right here. My name is Tom from WTF Web3. Have a great week. We see ya next time. Bye bye.